House rules is absolutely necessary for any successful dynasty in college football 25, and that will translate to 26 as well. A lot of you guys probably didn't even realize you put house rules in your dynasty, but trust me, y'all probably had some of them, man. So in this video, we're going to go over the top 10 house rules you need to put into your college football 26 dynasty. If you just play this game like a typical online game, like one may play 2K or whatever your preferred ranked game of choice, you would dominate the computer. You are not AI. Even though AI is so advanced up until this point, us humans are still better than the AI, so we got to restrict ourselves, whether it's with recruiting, with gameplay, whatever it is. All of that stuff is what house rules is, and we're going to go over all of that in this video. If y'all guys do enjoy this style of content, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're going crazy all college football 26. We have a Discord. We also live streaming over on Twitch, college football 25 and 6, so tap in. The first house rule of many, and y'all going to love this list, man. First, comment anything down below. Any house rules that y'all got, y'all play with, y'all love. Y'all might help me out, and y'all might help out someone else down there below. We're a community. The first one for me is going to be, you have to realize what type of dynasty you're doing, man. Is it realistic or simulation or a fantasy dynasty where anything goes, man? So just realize that. And then once you have that understood, then you could really dive into the next level. You know, okay, we're doing a realistic dynasty, so I can't do this, that, and the third for this team because it just don't realistically make sense, man. You're a small Temple University. You probably shouldn't be going after 5 stars out in California. You know, if you're doing a fantasy dynasty, hey, it's free game. Do whatever you want. You can even cheese the game if you want. You know, it'll be glitches. It will be glitches. It will be finesse. In college football 25, we had a ton of them. Too many, if you ask me, man. Too many. But in a realistic dynasty, you're probably not going to do any of that stuff, man. Any of it, because you want it to be more realistic, and doing a glitch will break the immersion. And then once the immersion is broken for me, the dynasty kind of goes downhill. So I need to keep that intact. So just make sure you're understanding what type dynasty is and staying true to that all throughout the year. And both realistic and fantasy dynasties, they have a role in the game. They do, man. So we did a fantasy dynasty recently, probably a couple months ago, where we just recruited quarterbacks and we moved them to every single position on the field and rebuild the team only with quarterbacks. Fantasy, but it was an extremely fun rebuild because it's challenging. You got quarterbacks playing O-line, D-line, corner, safety, everywhere. Complete fantasy style rebuild, man. Never would happen in real life, but extremely fun. Now we did a realistic rebuild where we, used Auburn and we tried to rebuild Auburn and outdo Nick Saban. More realistic rebuild when, we're going after a lot of top level players. Also did my Temple rebuild all throughout the year. Love that rebuild. Love it a lot. But that's more realistic, man. I didn't do no glitches, no finesse. I only went after 4 stars, 3-star recruits, 5-star recruits when the time was right. I made sure I did everything in order, didn't exploit the game at all, and that was with cheese plays and everything. My next house rule is going to be use a play limit, man. So unfortunately in college football 25, you could only put a play limit if you had an online dynasty. A lot of you guys just want to do the offline dynasty, but if you just do an online dynasty, you was the only one in the league, you could actually put a play limit on that dynasty. And you could do extreme. My guy Geeky, he told me recently he only did 1 play limit. He could only run 1 play per game. Or you literally cannot call the same play twice, man. And if you're not running custom playbooks, that could be very challenging. Yes, that might be over the top. You don't have to go that far to the 1 play limit. You don't have to go that far, but it might be a good idea to put a 3 play limit where you can only call that play 3 times per game. Or you can't call that play back to back. You got to call 10 other plays first before you call that play. The issue is on defense, it could get a little janky. You got to be careful, but could be a super fun idea I definitely do for all my online dynasties. If y'all interested in joining, Discord down below. But all my online dynasty will have some type play limit just to limit the cheese. Because when you, at least if you go to like coach suggestions or even you go formations, especially coach suggestions, they'll consider the same plays in the same situations. And then if you just running out of, formations, oftentimes you running your favorite formations or plays over and over again, and you might not even realize you're cheesing the game, but in reality you are. And I get it. In online Dynasty, everyone runs the same play, man. Everyone runs the same play on defense, same 4 plays on offense. They're just cheesing. They're just trying to score and, win without having any fun. If you're an online player, I hope you took offense to that if that's you. But no, seriously, man. Don't play this like it's online. It's not. This is Dynasty, man. You're playing against the computer. The goal is not to win every single game by 100 points. That's not fun for me. If that's fun for you, do that. But that's not fun for probably the majority of the community. You want it to be entertaining. You want to build up your team to the point where you can beat a team by 50, and, without actually have to cheese in the game. So don't try to cheese gameplay, or, I don't even use a custom playbook, man. I used the custom playbook for about a season last year. I was like, this is way too easy. I went undefeated, and I don't think I played a close game. I took the custom playbook off, man. The playbook was too good. So just realize, you should lose games also, so don't be afraid of that. House rule number 3, you should stay clear of the meta, man. When the game come out, maybe not the first week, but probably by the second or third week, we're going to have a meta. When it comes to playbooks is going to be a meta. Also with recruiting is going to be a meta, and I get it. You want to do the best recruiting method. I'll show a lot of meta stuff, how to recruit the best players to go after. I'll post videos on all of that. You don't have to do it for every single dynasty or every single situation. And stay clear of the meta when it comes to everything, man. You could go after a guy because you really want him, but just don't try to build the best possible meta team to run the best meta offense, meta defense. It's not online. I'm going to keep stressing it. It's not online, man. We just here to have fun against the computer. We're not here to finesse the computer, man. So no cheating, no meta, stay clear of all meta. Recruiting, I get it, man. I would advise, and this is going to be weird because I'm going to drop a recruiting video week 1, day 1 probably on how to recruit in the game. My suggestion for you would be not to watch them videos and learn how to recruit on your own. It could be fun. Experience it for yourself, man. So, for me, I'm going to learn how to recruit day 1, and I'm going to just learn, and then I'm going to teach y'all at some point. I'm not going to go watch a video because the process of learning for me is fun. So I say don't strip yourself of that by just go watching the video of how to recruit the best, how to do this the best, define the best, this, that, and the third. And like I said, I'm going to drop all the content on it. But I believe this will help y'all have a more enjoyable experience. And this is what this channel is about. So I'm going to post it. House rule number 4. Start your dynasty with a purpose, man. Before you hop into that dynasty, pick your team, whatever, create your head coach. Have a purpose, man, especially when you're building your head coach. Have a purpose of what you want to do with him, but also have a purpose for your overall dynasty. Have a goal. Do you want to start off as a 1-star school, as a small program? Maybe you start as an offensive coordinator, and your goal is to become a Power 4 head coach. Guess what? It's a small offensive coordinator at some school. He might be a young guy. He might be in his 20s. His goal is to get to a Power 4 head coach. He might have a specific program. He might have a conference he want to get to, man. So have a goal like that. You can. That could be the goal of your dynasty, is to get a head coach job, man. I know that sounds crazy, but it really can be, man. You want to get a head coach job, and then once you do get that head coach job at the Power 4 level, well, guess what? Now your new goal is to win the championship. But have goals. You might be and it even could work for your top programs, man. I mentioned the Auburn rebuild earlier. Well, we did that rebuild recently on stream. Go over to the Twitch, tap in, and I had a lot of fun, man. It was a 17-year rebuild with Auburn. Our goal was to outdo Nick Saban, as he was at Alabama for 17 years and he won 6 championships. So our goal was to outdo Nick Saban with Auburn. So we wanted to win 7 championships in 17 years. And that was extremely fun. Was that like a super difficult rebuild when it comes to, winning games or recruiting? No, but the overall goal was massive. So just have a goal with your dynasty when you hopping into it, and have I had a finish line. Like for a lot of my dynasties, the finish line is to win a natty. Well, for this Auburn one, it was to win 7 natties, to outdo Nick Saban. So if we could win 8, 9, we would do that. So just have some type of goal hop into your dynasty, man. Whether it's, like I said, it could be a recruiting goal, man. I want to sign #1 recruiting class with, this small program. You might do all sim. In that Auburn Dynasty, we did sim and play games, but it was primarily simming, and we was mostly like just the coach, the GM more so, building the roster and letting them guys go out there and play, and we helped them out a little bit. So have a goal mindset for all your dynasties before you just hop in and play the game blind, because you might end up bored with it or pitting it down after, a couple games. Have a goal with it, man. Know what you want to do. I'm keep saying it. Have a goal. House rule number 5, man. Do not over recruit. Don't do it. Do not recruit outside your prestige. Don't do it. Do not recruit outside of the players interested in you. Don't do it, man. Especially not at first, man. Recruiting last year quickly became easy, man. At the start of the year, maybe a little bit challenging, but as we learned, it became super easy to bring in a 5-star recruit as a 1-star. Is that realistic? Not at all. Not at all. You're a 1-star school talking to a 5-star. That never happens in real life unless that player is from that state. That's the only time it ever happens. But still, they usually don't even sign with that smaller school. So if you're a 1-star, sign maybe only 2 stars. Is it going to be annoying? Yes. But EA goal kind of like just looking at the coach abilities, their goal is almost for you to rebuild a team for like 5+ years. Their goal is for you to rebuild a team for a while. Just because like you look at some of these coach abilities, and it's tough to unlock some of these elite abilities. CEO is tough to unlock. Program builder is super tough to unlock. Takes you years on years to unlock it. So they want you to play the game for a while. They want you to be in these dynasties and actually build up a program. So don't rush it. Do not rush it, man. You can take your time with these dynasties, man. My Temple dynasty lasted for 8 years before we decided to end it. I think we didn't win a championship for 5 years with Temple, and that's still pretty good. Winning a championship in 5 years as a head coach is elite when you're coming from a 1-star program. But I would consider rush the Temple rebuild a little bit because we went after 4 stars, I think, year 1. I think we signed the 4-star year 1. When I do this next rebuild, year 1, if we're a 1-star, I'm probably not going to go at the 4-star. It just doesn't really make sense. Obviously, signing the top recruit when you're a 1-star school is fun. It's entertaining. You want to do that. But it's not realistic. It's just not. And that's what goes back to one of my earlier house rules. Just know what type dynasty you're doing. If you're doing a realistic dynasty, and all right, well, it ties into that. You might not want to sign a 4-star if you're a 1-star. It's not realistic, but have a goal and then also just have a purpose to your dynasty. Next house rule: do not quit games, man. I get it. EA cheat. They cheat sometimes. I know. Heisman, difficulty be cheating. I'm already knowing. Don't quit the game, man. Do not quit the game. For me, it breaks the immersion completely, man. For you, maybe you do like to quit the game, replay it until you win. It's like, for me, it's what's the point, man? Like, you should lose games. Like, you should. Especially if you're a small program, you should lose games. If you're a good team, you should lose games. How many teams went undefeated this past season? 0 in real life. Obviously we got some years where teams went undefeated and won a natty, but in the last couple years, that's not the case. A lot of these programs are good. A lot of programs, are losing games and still make it to the playoffs. Even if you lose a playoff game, man, it happens. It happens to the best teams out there, man. Do not leave out of games. Don't go to save files, recruit, then go back to see who's the gems, and don't do no cheese stuff like that, man. There's no point. There's no point. Unless you find that fun and enjoyable, don't do it. It's just going to completely kill your immersion. Next house rule: don't be afraid to play to the school narrative, man. And when I say that, for example, I'm from Philly. I went to Temple University. One thing Temple do or say is like Temple tough. That's the Temple tough is the saying that we got at Temple, man. So playing into that mindset, okay, I want to build a tough defense. I want to build a tough defense. Maybe guys that's more strong than fast. Maybe guys that's like big hitters at safety and linebackers. Maybe I want borderline dirty players. Or maybe I just want a lot of city kids also because they're going to live in Philadelphia. And maybe if I go get a kid from Louisiana that lives in the country and he comes to Philadelphia, it might be a culture shock for him. So I'm not going to recruit kids from, the country. I know that sounds crazy, but That's a realistic thing, man. That is a real thing. Play to your school culture. Like I said, the Temple culture, every school got a culture. If your favorite program, you probably know their culture, or at least know of it. Or, maybe you want to create your head coach and change the culture. You could do that as well. You could implement your own culture out with the old and with the new. Team Builder is a great way to do that. Team Builder is going to be phenomenal this year, man. I think it really will be, man. I hope they execute it, like just as far as like everything works, the website works how it should. But Team Builder could be very useful. You could change pipelines, change everything, school prestige. So you could create your own culture or narrative, with this new Team Builder. So be sure to take advantage of that, man. Be sure to take advantage of that. Now, similar to a point earlier, do not feed into the glitches. Don't feed into the cheese. Don't bite the cheese. Don't bite the cheese, man. I know it's tempting, especially this past year. Y'all all probably know the recruiting glitch. It was bad, bro. It was bad because it was the best way to recruit prospects in the game, and it was so easy to do. That's where you could put the same exact hard and soft sell on. That was the best recruiting method, but it was a glitch. So it's like, do you do it? Do you not do it? For me personally, I never did it in my dynasties just because I didn't want to break the immersion. But even in my online dynasties, I didn't do it, but I should have because everyone else in my online dynasty was doing it. But go back to the offline dynasties. There's no point for you to do it. The CPU not going to do it. There's no point. So I'm not going to say we're going to have that same as that glitch in this next game, but it will be something. It will be some glitch finesse. Don't feed into it, man. Ignore it. Don't put it in your dynasty. There's no point. You could win without it. I believe in you, bro. Another house rule. This one, a lot of people might not like, and I'm currently doing a rebuild like this over on Twitch. Tap in tonight if y'all want to see it. We're live tonight. Live every night. But no scout. Man, a no scout in the rebuild is tough. Boy, is that tough, man. It's tough. So we're doing UAB right now, and like I said, it's no scout. So my issue with scouting in this game, I think it gives us too much information. Like we can see their exact grades. In Madden, when you scout, you can see a letter grade. So you can just see, their B speed, a A speed. In this game, you see 99 speed, and he's a gem. You get everything. They give you all the information you want. You can see his mental, physical abilities, and now with the new strategist ability, if you unlock that, you can see his development trait also. Like, damn, recruiting just, I don't want to say it's getting easier, but like you just getting so much information on all these prospects, and in reality, I don't think that should be the case. When you're scouting guys, like when you're recruiting in real life, it's really tough to know how good a 3-star player is. It's kind of tough. It's 1,000 3-star players. It is difficult to know how good, that many 3-star players is. So I don't like getting that much information. So what I'm proposing, hear me out, is the no scout. The no scout, man. It's difficult. It'll make your rebuild tough. It'll make your rebuild last longer. You don't know if you're bringing in good players. You got to look at height. You got to look at weight. You got to look at hometown. You got to look this. Okay, he's from Philadelphia. I'm hoping he's gritty. You got to start thinking like that. And for some guys, that care less about that, okay, I understand. Scout. But for me, I'm like, okay, it makes me look at it totally differently, man. I'm looking at their national rank, their position rank, where they're from. Maybe, he's from Texas, but he's a 3-star. So Texas got, higher level football than, Pennsylvania. So, okay, maybe I will go after him over this other 3-star guy from Pennsylvania because I know Texas got, higher level football. No disrespect to Pennsylvania football. But stuff like that, it just makes you think outside the box and, just brings a whole nother layer. So I enjoyed the no scout, man. Try it out. You might like it. And last house rule, I do have a few honorable mentions we will go over. But last one is you got to find a balance, bro. Find a balance between playing games and simming games, man. And it's like, for me, my Temple Dynasty, I played every single second of that dynasty. Every single second. It took me 110 episodes to get through 8 seasons. That's a long time. That's a long, long time. Other dynasties where I live stream, my live stream series, I do a mix of simming and also playing games, and I still have a lot of fun. Find your balance. The thing I like about simming, it cares a lot more about your players' attributes and how good you actually build the team. compared to, when I'm playing every game every second, it cares a lot more about my skill set. If I'm a good player, I can go out there and go 16-0 with a mid team that might not even made the playoffs if I was simming. And, when I'm rebuilding the team, I want both to matter. I want my skill set to matter, but I mostly want, my school overall and my team to matter. Some people might be more on the other end. Well, guess what? Play every single game, every single second. I think it's a balance. Find your balance. Playing the moments, I think, is a very fun thing. I'm glad they added that into the game. So moments, I'm assuming it's coming back. No way they take that out. Moments could be also a good option. Or you could do, I'm only going to play 3 games a year and I'll play the postseason. You could do something like that, And you could also watch the games in slow sim and regular sim. So do explore them options also, man. It also lets you get through seasons faster. That's why I especially do it during my live streaming series, because I don't want to sit through 10 hours of gameplay and I'm still in the same season. So it allows you to get through seasons faster, especially if you're a guy that might got work, might not have as much time to play. Listen, you could go through it and actually sim some games. I like that a lot, man. Don't be afraid of it. On that same point, Heisman. Play on Heisman, man. I'm not good enough. I'm getting cooked. You should get cooked. You're a bad team. You taking over Ball State and you complain you're getting cooked. It's probably not your skill set. It might be your roster, man. It could be your skill set, though. It could be. But no, trust me, put it on Heisman, bro. You'll get better. It's not like you're just going to sit there and be trash all year. You could be, but you'll probably get better. So put it on Heisman day 1. After a week, after a couple days, all right, if it's too difficult, lower it. But please try Heisman. Heisman last year was great. I'm not going to lie, man. Heisman difficulty played very well. It played better than Sliders, in my opinion, man. A lot better than Sliders. So if you don't like Heisman, think it's too difficult or it's too easy, find some Sliders. It's plenty of Sliders out there, man. I'll probably have some Sliders I drop at some point. Hopefully I really find some I like. Join the Discord. We'll drop Sliders in there also. But this year, we definitely going to find some Sliders that actually work. And I might just go super tough on the Sliders, man. I might just go super tough, way to the left on them. Also want to give y'all a couple honorable mentions. One, with your custom schedule. If you're a small program, you should be scheduling a tough away game. You should be. A Power 4 away game that you're probably going to lose every single year as long as you're that small program, because that's what happens in real life, man. Alabama might pay you $500,000, $1 million to come get your ass whooped. That's what happens in real life, man. It happens. Tough. But you should be scheduling that difficult road game every year. But that year when you do beat that program, you're going to be hyped. You're going to be lit. You made it. You made it, man. Also, another one is going to be, you don't be scared to use that OC or DC playbook, man. Last year, it was kind of janky because you didn't always know where your OC or DC came from, what school they came from. And so that made it a little bit tough, but don't be scared to use that OC DC playbook. Should be easier to tell this year what school they're actually coming from. So be sure to check that out, man. But that's all I got for y'all boys, man. If y'all enjoy this content, you gotta like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. We're going crazy. All 26. Go check out the Twitch. Go check out the Discord. Other than that, appreciate y'all boys. Click the video on the screen now for more content.